The biggest headlines, the voices, the moments driving SFR BTR forward. Give us less than 10 minutes. We'll take you inside SFR BTR, your new weekly must-have habit. Wrap up your week inside SFR BTR. New episodes drop every Friday on Everezi Media and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Inside SFR BTR for Friday, May 15th, 2026. I'm Gregory Frank along with Ryan Saturday. This week's show is powered by CSS Services. Coming up, something powerful is coming to single-family rental. John Isakson, Richard Ross, and Jim Chapman are preparing to release At the Table, a first-of-its-kind conversation giving residents a voice in the future of housing. Ahead of IMN SFR East Miami, the industry's top voices are stepping in to lead the conversations everyone wants to be part of. From emerging trends and market shifts to fresh momentum coming out of Washington, we've got it covered. Featuring insights from Clint Welser, Gina Davis, Yovonne Kenny, and Ted Farry. Because when the moment matters, the voices shaping SFR BTR are on Everezi Media. Then, SFR BTR is shifting fast. The easy money era is over. Now, the market rewards execution discipline and real relationships. While some wait, others are adapting because the next winners won't just deploy capital, they'll create value. On Unleashed with Ted and Adam. We'll wrap up with Inside the Vendor Network. Ani shares the moment he was ready to quit until one blunt piece of advice changed everything. What followed became the foundation for blue chip maintenance, built on execution, integrity, and never taking shortcuts. We've got a great show for you today. Let's get started. Joining us now, John Isakson, CEO Arc Homes for Rent, Richard Ross, CEO of Quinn Residences, and Jim Chapman, CEO of Jim Chapman Communities. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. So John, Richard, you both sat at the table, and Jim, you've sat at similar tables in the past and heard these stories firsthand. What's sitting with you right now after that experience?
I'll start, Gregory. We talk with a lot of people, particularly in the industry, policymakers and lawmakers, about what our residents want and who they are. What stuck with me after sitting around that table was that we've been telling the right story. I heard confirmation from a number of those residents.
Was there a moment during the conversation where this stopped feeling like an industry discussion and became deeply personal?
When I listened to some of the one-on-one interviews, especially with Nadalis, when she was talking about her experience, what we think of as sticks and bricks and numbers on a spreadsheet, very much being her home.
Jim, after hearing stories like this, what resonates with you?
I wasn't at that table, but I've been at similar ones and one-on-ones with our clients. The mortgage interest rate is built off of a premium over the 10-year Treasury. Federal government's borrowed too much money at this point for the 10-year Treasury, in my opinion, to come down precipitously. I'm not sure that mortgage rates are going to come down precipitously. I think there's a tremendous opportunity here for people who need optionality to get a home that they can rent. These are folks who are deciding, just like these two gentlemen have said, to live in our communities by choice.
My name is Clint Welser. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Strategy for a company called CSS Services. We're a national platform of eviction and delinquency management that coordinates jurisdictions, courts, attorneys, and institutional folks on how to process through the back end of residency.
Chris Mancuso, president of Jim Chapman Construction Group. We were actually just named the 79th builder in the United States, so super proud of our team to announce that. We are a build-to-rent general contractor. Over the last several years, we've put just about 5,000 lots on the ground and almost 4,000 houses.
My name is Travis Bonwell. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Renew Property Management. We were formed in 2009 out of the mortgage crisis. Prior to that, I was in land acquisition for a large national home builder. We've been involved in the SFR space from scattered acquisition all the way now through build to rent. We specialize in a full vertical of services, helping our clients underwrite their projects, asset management, and then through the full life cycle with the resident, how they're living in the homes, what they like, what they dislike.
Clint, Chris, Travis, appreciate you all jumping on here as we head into IMN SFR East in Miami next week. There's a lot of uncertainty right now surrounding legislation, zoning, and capital markets.
Great question. I think right now everybody is at a point of speculation, hoping that they've got some secret sauce.
I think there's, like Clint said, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market with capital right now. As part of that, it's not only affecting what we're looking to do today, but that affects it affects the pipeline of homes and inventory several years from now.
Our residents either aren't ready to purchase a home or they love the lifestyle. Our view is the bill as written doesn't make sense and would stop capital.
All right, next up, we're going to welcome to Inside SFR BTR 3 legends in the space. I want to welcome first Gina Davis, past chair, Reshma Block, former CTO of Tricon and co-host of the Reshma Report here on Everesi Media, and Zach Beck of Conservice. We're here to talk about IMN coming up in a few days.
Yeah, I mean, being around all these conferences over the past couple of months, AI is the biggest topic, right? And then listening to the operators and all these systems and all these different platforms that are out there, I think, operators are starting to really dive in to see what's benefiting the industry, what's benefiting the different property management companies out there.
Any industry that goes through a little bit of a downturn, a steady state, if you will, right? We went through rapid growth. In that rapid growth, we started throwing solutions. And now we have the opportunity to kind of look back and, reevaluate.
What resident strategies are proving most effective in improving retention and long-term profitability?
I think it goes back to the blocking and tackling, right? How are we creating community? How are we giving customer service? How are we responding? It's not any crazy bells and whistles, I think, that are giving the resident experience, except for just showing that you care and you realize that you're providing one of the most sensitive products in the world, and that's a home.
Hey everybody, I'm Ted Farry. I'm the COO of Fortune Acquisitions and the president of Canados Real Estate. I'm looking forward to Miami IMN coming up here next week.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rudy Casanova, one of the founding partners of Global Strategic. 20 years in the business as a business process outsource provider with locations in the Philippines, Panama City, Panama, and Burlington, North Carolina. Pleasure to be here.
This is Brian Flaherty. I'm partners with Rudy at Global, so everything he said and more. I'm CEO of Global Strategic and excited to be coming to IMN SFR. IMN is a partner of ours, and we're big supporters of what they do, and looking forward to our upcoming panel at the SFR East this year.
Ted, tell us a little bit about what are we going to hear next week?
As you mentioned, we have some breaking news coming out of Washington. There was apparently some updated writing that removed the 7-year sale provision, so we'll see what happens there.
It can't be just one or the other, right, anymore. It has to be both.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it totally is my point. I'm not anti-AI per se. I'm anti-AI being the holy grail of end-all be-alls. I think in conjunction and used prudently and responsibly, it's a powerful tool. But, when it dominates every single conversation and panics every single company into rapid adoption without any proper planning, I find it to be a gigantic mistake.
You really have to QC review what data and information you're giving to the AI to prevent the hallucination, to prevent incorrect assumptions that AI can make based on bad data.
So Brian, we're going to wrap it up sharing one big takeaway from your panel next week.
One of my stock things to do at a panel now is to ask the audience how many times they've screamed into the phone, "Representative!" I'm tempering the enthusiasm of AI, right? So I'm a big fan of it. I think it's a fantastic tool. My takeaway, my panel is the human element, and I think customer service and customer experience should absolutely be a paramount focus in any business that wants to be successful and grow.
What does future-proofing BTR property asset management mean to each of you?
It seems like it might change every day. But my main focus would be, how do you grow an effective brand and partner with your residents and your owners?
I think we could talk about is really bulletproofing the asset. Now is the time to make sure that you go through and bulletproof it so you can have a good exit strategy.
Nick, how does this relate on the utility side?
It's one piece to the entire operational equation, but it is a piece that sometimes can be overlooked.
I've seen is operators making a mistake trying to make BTR properties like multifamily properties in terms of amenities. We've seen that by operators that they're just not thinking ahead and the cost involved.
For us, insurance is the OI profit lever. We reduce insurance by 60 to 70%. How do you reduce your operating expenses and your CapEx going into years 5 and 7 to optimize for the perfect exit?
I think HOA may be something we want to talk about.
Give yourself the best shot at NOI. It's about lowering costs, lowering risk.
As you scale, you have to address that, operators.
I think it's important to add in ancillary revenue.
Where can we be improving NOI? It's definitely one that's coming up more and more often.
I think it's also, if you're doing contactless leasing, having utilities always on is important.
All right. I think that's a wrap, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you.
See you in Miami.
We have this industry that we've all worked to build for really the last decade or more. I think what large portions of what we've been building are just straight up changing. The mantra for 3 years was survive till 25. We got here, and I think we're all looking at a potential knockout punch. We're shifting to now is this back to basics is really, it's all about deals. Establish a connection with somebody first. Don't underwrite first. I don't even know what a list price means anymore.
The job of investing in real estate used to be very property-centric, and right now it's very people-centric. It's not about looking at a piece of real estate on a spreadsheet and figuring out the price and the cap rate. The first place I need to start right now in order to know I can make a deal happen is with the people. I got to a point where I was able to scale my business pretty well to a pretty high level of volume, and now it's kind of gone the other way. The more I try to scale, I'm getting less traction than when I'm like, screw it all, I'm focusing on this market, on these few buyers, because I want to get a deal done this quarter.
This time it's really like stick around, be thoughtful about what you're doing. We're just around the corner from revenue. I truly believe at some point that lack of clarity is going to expose some paths and some opportunities.
I went in to quit. I needed that money, so I wanted to get that deposit back so that I could have that money and go find a new job. And he would not let me quit. He said, hey, I know you've got this presentation down. There's got to be something I can help you with. And so I'll never forget, he writes me a note. On the note, it says, ask for the order, idiot. After that moment, I went and had a 15 sale on Rose Street.
This is a company built around execution, built around people, and built around showing up when it matters most. I'm joined today by Ani Gennison, co-founder of Blue Chip Maintenance.
Our 4 pillars are, the first one is integrity. That means to me, do the right thing. It's easy to do the easiest thing, but sometimes, the right thing even takes a little bit more work. To me, take shortcuts. That's what kills me. That's what keeps me up at night. As companies scale, what tends to fall apart first, in my opinion, is communication and alignment, because now you have more hands in the bucket. Last year was our toughest year for many different reasons. We made some big investments, but now this year has been a major rebound year. We're experiencing some of the best success we've had.
The biggest headlines, the voices, the moments driving SFR BTR forward. Give us less than 10 minutes. We'll take you inside SFR BTR, your new weekly must-have habit. Wrap up your week inside SFR BTR. New episodes drop every Friday on Everresi Media and wherever you get your podcasts.